Like, I know I'm not there anymore. I know I don't want you to pity me. I don't want you to feel like, oh, shame, poor Tasha. I just want you to listen. Like, I don't need fixing. I just need to be heard. Like, I want my story to be heard. I go, Tasha, I understand. I acknowledge what you've gone through. Like, I know I'm not there anymore. I know I'm not in that trauma anymore. But because I've not been able to talk, like, I'm a talker. That's how I deal with stuff. I talk. So if I can't talk,
the eyes do not see. What the eyes do not see is the constant overthinking, overwhelming feeling of self-doubt and haunting past thoughts. What the eyes do not see is the claustrophobic me, tight chest, constant judgment to strive for perfection. What the eyes do not see is I am trying to verbalize and express how I feel, yet there are no words, just avalanches of feelings. What the eyes do not see is I'm holding back the tears, affirming to myself, I am not spiraling, I am not spiraling, I am not spiraling. This is just a moment, it will pass. What the eyes do not see is why has this moment come as a set of waves. I see them approach, acknowledge them, closer and closer. The mental battle is trying to escape through the tunnel. I can see the light, yet I am frozen. What the eyes do not see is the true internal source of a childlike spirit wanting to be accepted and loved. What the eyes do not see is I'm keeping my head above the water and I'm exhausted by my thoughts taunting my mind. What the eyes do not see is that I'm broken, devastated, and vulnerable. What the eyes do not see is that this feeling never goes. I just become better at masking it. What the eyes do not see, will I ever release this? Will I ever release this pensive feeling? Last year I wasn't in a good place. I was very suicidal in life, but I went through therapy and I basically have come out of therapy, and for the last 6 months been working on myself. Just some raw footage just so you can see what it's like. What I would like to come out of this video is creating awareness for anybody that's watching me. I feel confident to talk about it. I'm not ashamed about my mental illness, because the more I'm getting to know it, the more I'm starting to get to know myself, how to cope with it and how to move forward with it. Okay, so this is the 16th of June 2021. Current mood is feeling very overwhelmed with my state of mind. I suffer from depression. And sometimes I can be absolutely normal on cloud 9, and sometimes it just hits me and my mind can spiral out of control, and that's usually caused by certain triggers. Thought about how I was last year and how I could have been better, how my depression got so out of control that it just completely changed me. And then battling not only with depression, but then battling changing homes, losing relationships, moving house, moving continents, losing my job. It was a lot to handle, and now I feel like even though I'm in a better place now, I just feel like towards mid 2019 and to the whole of 2020, but mostly some of 2019, I couldn't quite put my finger on it as to what was going on with me, because I was impulsive buying, I was comfort eating, and I should have seen the signs. And I feel like this is why, if there's one thing I want to bring to my channel, it's about awareness for people that go through depression. Like, people need to open their eyes and see that sometimes the people even going through depression don't know how to cope. And I'm not spiraling now. I know that I'm not pushing myself off a cliff. But what I do know is that reflecting back on it, it's a lot to take in. And then when you realize how much you've lost yourself in the process, and obviously now the one thing I must learn to do is forgive myself for and accept that I went through it. Struggling to let go of the past, I feel, if I'm being honest with myself. Like, behind the scenes, there's just so much going on, like, internally with me. And like, how I feel is that the financial capabilities at the moment, like, financially I'm really struggling, to be honest. I just feel like I'm in a cycle that's never ending, and it's like, you can only take so much. Financial anxiety is like a thing. I mean, obviously, like, you've got your sabotaging self, or the first thing I want to do is run. Like, I just feel like I want to run away. I just want to run. Like, time is of the essence. Like, in 3 months' time, I'm going to be homeless again. And I don't even have enough money to, like in a month's time, I won't even have enough money to feed myself. So I feel like today is one of those days where feeling the pressure. How I feel is like, I just want my own place. I want a dog. I want to be free. And I just feel like slowly the walls are closing in. After that episode, I'll end up calling the Samaritans, because I just couldn't. I was sat in that room for 3 or 4 hours, and it was the best thing I could have done. She just listened to me, and I highly recommend it. It's free to call, and yeah. This is a diary entry I thought was something that I wouldn't be talking about this year. Disclaimer, I look like I'm in a state of emergency, because maybe I am, and this is the first day I've got out of bed to do functional things. My mum passed away on 31st of May, being only 56 years old. I tried to take her off these heart tablets, which was killing her and making her worse in
2021. She had a heart attack in November 2020. She was okay. She was strong after hospital. It's the aftermath that's what killed her, to be honest. The lack of care, the lack of sensitivity, the attention to detail from the doctors, and I tried everything I could to get her off the medication, to educate her, to help strengthen her, and it's just been a non-stop battle of you don't know when her last day will be. I knew this day was coming. I just thought if we could just get her to the UK, if we could just get her here, we'll be able to give her the care that she needed. But time was against us, and now I'm sat here quite... It's intense. The grieving process is definitely a cycle of you feel every emotion. Like every emotion you can feel, like you can list, you feel it. Most of my emotions is anger, frustration, the sense of frozenness, and how do I carry on? Like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like there's something missing within me that's just gone, and people's sympathy is just going in one ear, going out the next, because I just feel like no one really was there for her when she needed them. So I'm grateful for all the love that everybody's giving now, but like in times of need, she needed people. And what could we do? Like, what can I do? I can't force people to go do things. It's frustrating to me because I've been in a compromising position because I never had the money to help. It's like a roller coaster of just sadness and just like I have to travel to London tomorrow, and I'm putting it off because like I know once I travel there, it's like it's real. So obviously denial's kicking in as well. I'm freaking out about my return. Like I can't afford to be going to South Africa right now. I can't afford to be grieving because I have no fucking place to live on the 25th of June. I don't know if I'm getting paid this compassionate leave with my work. So this is all just a bit of a to be honest. Like I don't know what my life looks like. It's hard for me to plan my life around this chaos. Oh, I could do with none of this shit right now. I could do with just like I just have come out feeling on top of the world, feeling like I have my things together, and then it's like, let me just smack you back into reality. I don't know where to begin. And my time of burying my feelings has come to an end where I just need to talk about it, deal with it. I feel like I need a break from my life. Honestly, I love where I am in my career. Getting there like 100%. It's like 75% there, which is really good. I don't know whether my dissertation is triggering me or how to explain myself, to be honest. I wrote a poem last year. It's called What the Eyes Do Not See. And that's the only way I can express myself. I put the poem over here. But that's exactly how I feel right now. I've been looking at retreats. There's a mindful retreat that I'm going to book. It's from the 2nd to the... I think I'm just going to do that one. Try to like face myself. I think the reason why I do YouTube videos is because like there's there's obviously the creative side I love, but there's the other side of, I think it's the only comfortable place I feel like someone's listening. It's just a camera. The way my life kind of occurred throughout my 20s is I used partying as an scapegoat for myself. I never felt like anyone truly heard me. Navigating my way through my 20s, I still feel like I wasn't being heard, but I'm used to being alone. And I think that's why I started this YouTube, because I thought if something were to happen to me, I don't want people to speculate how I am or what happened to me. I want them to know from me how I am and who I am. And like, my mother passed away this year, and I think she was like a little bit of what I felt that was left post my parents' divorce. Was like, at least we had my mum, me and my sister, but they were a lot closer than what I was with my mum. It's weird, because the whole time through my mum's illness, there was no one really there for me either. And what I'm feeling right now is I'm struggling to trust people. I'm struggling to face my emotions, and I'm lucky because at least I'm not parting my feelings away anymore. Instead, I'm ignoring it, and I can't ignore it anymore. So whenever I feel like this, I tend to go into yoga or go just, meditate through it, feel it, go to a safe place so that I can be. But right now I'm stuck because I've got my dissertation and I can't get any more extensions. I'm debating whether just to walk away from it because I just don't want to. I'm a very strong human being, but I just feel like I'm starting to crack. I just feel like I can't breathe at the moment. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I'm feeling like I just wanted to hit record because, like I said, when life gets tough, I turn to the camera because it's the only way to get heard. I had no time to grieve because I had to deal with everyday life. And for me, there's a bit more context because prior to that, 2 years ago with COVID, I lost everything. So I was building my life back up, and I was just like, I just felt like I was already coming out of some deep mental illness. I woke up, I've been reading this book, Manifest, okay, and one of the second chapter is about fear and doubt and letting go of limiting beliefs. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely triggered some emotions in me because it's really hard for me to talk about this because it's just so, like, it's just a lot. Like, I've been avoiding how I feel about certain things in my life, and I've had to, I recently went through something really traumatic in South Africa, and the thing is just before South Africa I went through therapy, and I was working through it. I finally realized I'd been living with depression for years and years and years and years, a lot of years. And I've been working on myself for years and years and years and years, and I feel like at the end of 2020 when I went into South Africa, wow, did reality slap me in the face, and it was hard. It was really, really hard. And I can never ever fully express what I went through. And I put on my Facebook status the other day, I think I need trauma and grief therapy because it eats me alive. It eats me alive.
I don't like talk about it because it's like, it's only now recently, like I think I shared with my friends, like I'm like, no one knows what I went through, no one cares to know. I'm trying to speak about it to like my immediate family, but they don't get it. It's like no one listens to, it's like I'm not validated, like my feelings are not validated. Like no, you never went through that, no, you didn't go through that, no, there's a certain type of behavior I had to be in South Africa and I can't get over it. Like I think because this last year was so, like when your mother passes away, there's nothing in this world that needs a focus. Like you gotta just like, I ran away from everybody, my feelings and everything. And it's like, obviously now when it comes to me and this things I want to manifest in my life, it's like I've got to deal with it. And then recently there's been like, you know, things that happened recently that have triggered me, because it's made me go like, what? There's other people that have like watched some of my videos and kind of taken advantage of my vulnerability, which has really pissed me off as well. So it's like I don't want to stop sharing my truth, because like my YouTube is a place for me to express my truth and for me not to be silenced. Like this is why I want to go away to Thailand or retreat, because I want to be able to sit with my feelings and just understand them, because I've been so disconnected from it. And I keep myself busy because it's an avoidant tactic, isn't it? A survival skill. But now that my life is like finally turning around, I just get these traumatic flashbacks, and it's like Monday morning, 10 o'clock, and I'm crying. I've been through some stuff that you cannot unsee. And I don't like how jaded I've become, because that's not who I am. I'm a loving person, and I have all the love for everybody. But if anybody messes with me, good luck. Forgiveness doesn't come easy for me. Like I'm working hard to improve my life, but they're still behind the screen, behind the work, behind everything I do. There is like this really, 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 really hurt person. So hurt. So disappointed, so pissed off, so angry, so resentful. It's just difficult doing this alone. And you can't, like, for me to feel like I can fully express myself, it's only with a therapist. It's only with a therapist. It is not with anybody else. Because I've tried. Every time I try to communicate, I get shut down. And I, like, in all fairness, they're not doing it on purpose. But it's just like, can you just for once, just listen to what I have to say? Just listen to me. Listen to how I'm feeling. I just need someone to listen to how I feel. I don't need you to comment. I don't need you to do anything. I don't want you to pity me. I don't want you to feel like, oh shame, poor Tasha. I just want you to listen. Like, I don't need fixing. I just need to be heard. Like, I want my story to be heard. I go, Tasha, I understand. I acknowledge what you've gone through. And like, I know I'm not there anymore. I know I'm not in that trauma anymore. But because I've not been able to talk, like, I'm a talker. That's how I deal with stuff. I talk. So if I can't talk, it's just not fair. Because that's the one thing that people think that they need to react to the point where they, like, I need help. I don't need your help. I don't need anybody's help. I've proven that. I've proven that because I've learned how to be independent, and I can, like, I've been independent my whole life. I am a phoenix. I always rise from the ashes. People knock me down, I get back up and I fight you 10 times harder. Like, you cannot deny my resilience and who I am as a person. But I have feelings. Anyway, I need to get up now. I don't know, I just felt called to share on the vlog. I just want to be truthful. and honest, because I want to release this all. I want to release it.